that comic, which is
Yeah.
this movie is very little like. But I mean, if you want to see the inspiration, well, it's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm pointing out. That comment right there. But yeah, yeah. Tries to find out. Grace like super. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I I don't like Grace completely. She gets wrong stuff wrong sometimes. She has some biases, but she's more trustworthy than Cosmic Book News. But yeah,
It's very much like Guardians of the Galaxy and the Marvels, which is fascinating to me because when the Marvels came out, I said, "Why do you guys complain about this when it's very similar to Guardians
yeah,
of the Galaxy?" Guardians of the Galaxy, to be fair, was better than the Marvels
yeah.
film, but they had similar elements to it. Like the Marvels was silly, but people took issue with that, even though Guardians of the Galaxy was very silly. But anyway, when this movie was teased yesterday, a lot of people said, "Oh, a female-led superhero, that's in modern times." And everybody, people were like, "What about Shuri? Thank you very much." And I agree. But I got to say, I have never seen a character more in need of a team than Supergirl. I'm sorry to say. There should have been a lot more Lobo in this trailer. I mean, are you barely even.
No, this is like I said. A lot of times I agree, and a lot of times I disagree. The reason why Lobo wasn't in the trailer that much is because they're saving him for like more the official trailer. Official trailer's got to show him a lot more, unless they give another teaser, you know. But yeah, official trailer's gonna be a lot more. And then what'll be really cool is if Lobo has his own like music, you know. She's more trust than Cosmic News and that grifter. Yeah, Tyro Magnus. Uh, Tyro Magnus is not completely bad. I would say more with Mr. Phenom because, of course, he would point me out a lot, and also Harsh Critic. Tyro Magnus, he he is very negative about stuff, and he does seem like he's exaggerating his uh, personality and his opinions, but overall, he tells more truth than lies. If Edgar Wright directed a DC movie for James Gunn, DC, which since Edgar Wright was gonna make a Ant-Man movie, I could see him do a Atom Atom movie. And like what would be kind of cool is Adam Strange. It's Strange Adventures kind of thing. I think that would be kind of cool. The Strange Adventures comic. What I don't want to reveal much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the one thing I disagree with. Grace Randolph said they need to. They wanted to see more of the Lobo thing, but this is only a teaser. This is not the full trailer.
Catch him, And I'm not quite sure what they did to the villain. And
Yeah.
It's also a little Birds of Prey, but and that not only in that there's a young girl sidekick, but that they considerably changed the character to be less good than the comic book version. From Cassandra Cain, we were like, what the heck did they do to Cassandra Cain? And now we're going to be like, what the heck did they do to Ruthie? Although to be fair, Ruthie is does not nearly as well known as Cassandra Cain.
Yeah, that's the issue too, because Cassandra Cain was supposed to be a Robin, and then you don't see Robin in that Birds of Prey, Cassandra Cain. So
But I
that's
really like what
cool.
Millie Alcock is doing here. I think she looks like she's a fabulous Supergirl.
Yeah, she looks
But I don't know if
good.
she can carry a movie, to tell you the truth, to be honest with you.
She's a new actress. You can't say that because, like, what about Tom Cruise when he first started?
I think she looks like she'd be a fabulous member of a team, which is why this should have been a two-hander, which, to be fair, Tom King originally pitched his comic book as a two-hander with Lobo. And so they're like, that's how we're not kind of cheating, because that was the original idea all along. And you're like, I will allow it because I think it's better for everybody. And I think that Lobo should have been a true co-lead here.
Oh, Magnus. Tyrone told more truth than everyone move as snipers and coming back. Yeah, that's kind of my point though. Like he's a little bit more trustworthy than like Harsh Critic and stuff, but I don't trust him like at all. But he does make a few good points. The Harsh Critic, every single point doesn't make sense, and that's my thing. So that's what I'm saying. I'm looking into like points to point to point to point. So that's how it is. And if they show too much, they spoil the movie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they show Lobo even more than they showed now, it would ruin a lot of stuff. Because if they showed like a few seconds after, like this moment right here, I think it just would give away too much, because I'm pretty sure after this it shows him holding the weapon or him going towards somebody or something like that. So it'll show too much.
Also, I love Crypto, but he can't do the heavy.
Forgot to write in the other comment. Yeah, okay. I ain't gonna say too much on Harsh Critic, but I know a thing or two. Yeah, Harsh Critic it is, yeah, and I might be wrong, but I don't recognize your name and profile picture. Are you recent?
Heavy lifting for every movie. And also, it's very much, she's very Star-Lord coded, down to a very messy spaceship. I'm like, do you have alcohol and dog urine all over the floor of his ship? I mean, like,
yeah.
I see a lot of your problems are very obvious, but I mean, when she's at the bar talking about,
it's because she's very emotional. She's very depressed and out of it and stuff. And I'm pretty sure if it gets too bad, she might clean all the dog stuff. But yeah, she's too much out of it and stuff like that. It's probably not as dirty as it would have been if she never cleaned anything.
High hopes for her next year. I thought that was very charming. I thought she did a really good job with it. Most people know Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon. That's how James Gunn decided.
A twist at the main character. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like spoiling too much.
But in fact, I really came to like her and appreciate her as an actress beyond, the Targaryen trappings. On the Sirens, the Margot Robbie produced miniseries on Netflix, which she did. Everybody on that show did a great job, but she was really wonderful there, and it made me kind of discover her as an actress, beyond, again, as I said, the franchise of House of the Dragon. Really, and so I think she's really great. I really like her a lot. But to me, I don't know how successful this movie will be to you. I honestly see right now, this is just a teaser, but to me, I see this coming in maybe in the 400 million range,
Yeah, CS the director is even worse. And do you remember his previous profile picture? His old profile picture was the hormone monster from Big Mouth. he changed it, obviously, but he only changed it like later on. Like I pointed it out, I made fun of it, and I don't want to take credit, but it seems like he changed it because he got a lot of backlash on that situation. People, Pedro Pascal in a TV show like Game of Thrones back in the day. Nowadays, like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Millie Alcock has room to grow, room to become popular, and she can become a household name. Yeah, yeah. CS the director had a big mouth. Yeah, the Netflix TV show that has little kids talking about sex and all that stuff. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He changed it, and then the new people later on um, didn't want to see it, so they never saw it. So I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go here, image search. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stranger Things being popular, and I'm pretty sure Supergirl is gonna make Millie Alcock
Now,
more
unless there are a lot of
popular
big
overall.
surprises coming up. I mean, it should do better than the Marvels, but
Yeah.
somewhere between like Guardians of the Galaxy and the Marvels. I don't think it'll do quite as well as Superman. You know, it's interesting. A lot of us were like, Superman is way too busy, man. But I think that it needed to be busy. And Superman felt like its own thing, you know? I mean, James Gunn,
Agree.
obviously, there's always going to be some similarities because he so puts it. I mean, this isn't James Gunn, by the way. This is Craig Gillespie doing a very impressive James Gunn impression. This doesn't feel like Craig Gillespie at all, to be honest with you. And I hope that James Gunn just doesn't hire people to be extensions of himself. You know, I mean, he should have been pushing. He should have been saying, it looks like I made it, which is the opposite of what I want, or else I would have made it, you know? I'd be curious to know how much he was involved in this. He was a very big part of Kevin Feige at the press conference on Sunday. Kevin Feige's always been I don't know. I don't know what Kevin Feige's personality is. Do you? And I think that is intentional. All I know is that he loves comics and he hasn't been doing as good a job lately. James Gunn's like, doing better than them. And that's true. But it's funny to me that it's so similar to the Marvel.
Yeah, don't know who it's worse than CS Searcher when you say Snyder Cut. Yeah.
And that was, and by the way, this movie was totally made once the Marvels had already been released. So it's not like they were like.
Yeah, it seemed like you're new. I don't recognize your name either. I think Supergirl looks interesting. Yeah, Supergirl looks interesting. I'm and you just came in, and this stream is going to end up being a video later, so you can look back in it once it gets uploaded. And I'm really trying to not be get copyright striked or anything, so I'm talking more for the sake of talking more to make that not happen. I've been one of your friends since October 2024. You mean friends like in real life, or you watched my old, like, slightly older videos? Oh, okay. You have different accounts. Millie Bobby Brown Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actors become more popular and everything.
Well, we
Yeah,
unfortunately, if only we'd seen that before we made this movie.
yeah.
So to me, it looks like a mashup of Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvels, and to be honest with you, Birds of Prey. So I think it'll have its
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just don't like you said, this is a different account, so I just didn't recognize anything. Yeah, yeah. That right now, Zack Snyder's not doing that well. A lot of stuff is canceling and stuff. Yeah, 4KO is a weird though too, and movies TV Mad is also kind of weird. But
fans,
yeah,
but I think it's going to be a mid-range film. You know, like that's the problem. If Netflix bought this, would they put it in theaters? I mean, that's the new question we're going to have to start asking ourselves, right?
yeah,
Does this
that's
look, if you were
good point.
Ted Sarandos, would you put this in theaters? Although I have to say, if this can be released, I don't understand why we never got to see Batgirl, which I think looked really unique and phenomenal from the directors of the Marvels. From Ms. Marvel, by the
Yeah.
way. But also, to be fair, Bad Boys for Life. But you know, I don't.
Yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. Like we're not sure if the movie was good or not. We just need to trust the studios, what they said, and other people said outside of that, and all that stuff. Only put those photos up on Twitter. Yeah, and plus, I think Zach is trying to gain his followers on Instagram and everything. So that's another reason. Bay humor style. James Gunn rises. Bay. Yeah, 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 humor style. Yeah, they're very similar to
You know, I think that this seems to have a lot of the same issues, and yet it's getting this huge big screen treatment.
Yeah.
And they shelved Batgirl, which to me,
Yeah.
I'm more of a Bat family person, though. To be fair, certainly, if not as good, I mean, if not better, as good. So.
Yeah, but this is only a trailer, so you can't really base everything on just a trailer and all that stuff.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
Teaser.
I like Millie Alcock. I think she's very likable, and to me, because I want to be positive, that's my biggest takeaway. Great casting. I do agree with that James Gunn is very good at casting.
Yeah. I agree.
Although I'll be interested when let's see. There's a lot of whispers about Brainiac. I hear they don't have a very big budget, which is limiting but there's some very good cheaper choices that I don't. Let's see who they end up going with.
Yeah.
If you think they're Guardians comparisons now, I don't know why he's doing it. I don't know why he's doing it. He doesn't have to do it. Stop doing it to yourself. Stop doing it to yourself. Please, seriously, stop doing it to yourself and us.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think of Supergirl?
And here is the picture I was referring to. This right here is pretty much the exact photo he used. CS the director. So this is pretty much what he did. And if he comes after me by me saying this, he kind of proves my point. So that's one of my issues, I would say. But yeah, this is really crazy. But yeah, overall, that's kind of what it is. Here it is. I actually like Michael Bay and his humor, and I know I'm not the only one who thinks this, but they have similar humor. But the reason people don't like Bay is because he's more style over story. Yeah, and speaking of Michael Bay, CS the director really likes Michael Bay for some reason. I don't know why. Because CS director makes fun of Michael Bay and the James Gunn's sense of humor It's like very inappropriate and all that stuff. And to me, that's really dumb, because if you're making fun of James Gunn's humor and inappropriate all that stuff, why are you praising Michael Bay? You know, so that's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Similar to him. Yeah, this is just an interesting situation overall. I just think it's crazy how it's going on like that. But yeah, this is, I I just, yeah, I don't understand how crazy it is right now. This is pretty dumb. Yeah, and that's fair. I like a lot of Michael Bay movies. The only ones I don't like are the ones that CS director likes. I don't really like some of the Transformers stuff. I like the first Transformers and that first and second Transformers, and that's about it. And but the Bay movies I like is 12 Underground. So, oh, the Six Underground. It was Six Underground. Michael Bay's Six Underground. 16 hours. Yeah. And I know I like Armageddon and okay, I'm just gonna, just because you said that, I'm gonna just do this. Look at his. Oh, there you go. So here is his movies. So Bad Boys, The Rock was really good. Yeah, Armageddon, right there. Pearl Harbor, I would say it's pretty good. Like I heard, like they use Pearl Harbor to show people in the military about the situation. Pearl Harbor was like really interesting. The Island, I don't remember seeing that. Transformers and the Transformers. Pain and Gain, I really liked. Mark Wahlberg was really good in Pain and Gain, and this was based on a true story about criminals doing crazy stuff. Um, 13 Hours and Transformers, Six Underground. Yeah, yeah, bootleg. Yeah, and I respect that, because I'm not some kind of crazy person that just bashes on other people's opinions. I just personally mainly just like the first and second one. But Michael Bay is the reason why I didn't watch the other Bad Boys movies, because Michael Bay kind of made the Bad Boys really good. And I don't know, why not. Why isn't ambulance not in here? Michael Bay. Okay, I'm just gonna click on this because for some reason I'm just gonna remove those. Previous he directed these. Okay. See ambulance right here. Yeah, ambulance I liked somewhat. It was pretty good. Six Underground right there. Pain and Gain, Victoria's Secret. Yeah, see, he did some Victoria's Secret stuff because makes sense. Uh, yeah, Got Milk. See, he did some commercials. I think it was Got Milk TV spot. See, he did some Playboy stuff. So he did like those kind of things. So yeah, Michael Bay. Yeah, movies I like from Michael Bay is Bad Boys 1 and 2, The Rock, Armageddon, Transformers, Fallen, and Transformers Dark of the Moon. Pearl Harbor is okay. Yeah, I like those too. But like Pain and Gain was really good. I like seriously, they have the same humor and yet he hates on gun. Yeah, that didn't make sense to me. He wants the Michael Bay universe to come back and all that stuff. Age of Extinction, The Last Night, so he can wants to. Yeah, and what's your and of course some movies he didn't direct, but got a lot of the director that got a lot of inspiration from is the Ninja Turtles movies. Like he didn't direct those at all, but Ninja Turtles is obviously very Michael Bay style, you know. So I'm guessing that's kind of like how Craig Gillespie kind of looks like a James Gunn movie kind of thing. But yeah, it is really really like crazy how things happen right there. And I would say I'll say images. Oh, images. Okay, Mr. Miracle. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Wait. Why is wait? That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna go here. Guess it makes another tab for some reason, so I'm gonna do this. There you go. So right now, the reason why I'm showing you this is that James Gunn also announced, like confirmed the rumor of a Mr. Miracle TV show. Oh, yeah, right here. And I pointed this one out because James Gunn tweeted a surfing person, and I shared this right here, this image, because this might be the reason and stuff like that. So it was a good crazy, but overall, this seems pretty interesting, and I think this might actually be really cool because this is gonna be a animated, adult animated movie, no, TV series, animated TV series, and this is gonna be a good a way to bring in more audience. And more people more people to like enjoy stuff. And overall, I'm excited for this Mr. Miracle TV show because I think just recently read the first script, and yeah, but he greenlit it because he liked the idea and he liked the proof of concept and all that stuff. But now he's reading the first script, and yeah, Circle is not even that big. Yeah, they're just a loud minority, even though um, harsh critic harsh critic and Mr. Phenom says that toxic Snyder fans are the majority and stuff like that. I would say if anything be the majority in the Snyder stuff would probably be just the regular Snyder fans that want things to do well and want things to be good and all that stuff. Wants and all that. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm not that much into anime, but I just got this from a giveaway right here. This is Jujutsu Kaisen Funko Pop. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm just gonna go to this. So yeah, this is an interesting time to be alive, really, and I'm overall happy about what things are going on and all that stuff. And yeah, I just am really hyped. I should say this is gonna be a good time for DC, and this is gonna have people excited. But yeah, overall, I think this might be good for the thing. And the director is people really like the director, and yeah. Well, anyone want to say anything um, on the chat? And then once this video gets uploaded, um, say something in the comments, stuff like that. I'm excited overall about what's going on. Um, so yeah, this is really interesting. I just think all this is gonna be a positive thing. I'm looking positive about what's happening. The one thing I really want, I understand both sides are bad, But one thing I really want is Paramount to get Warner Brothers. Out of the two, I want Paramount due to the whole theatrical release and due to the fact that Paramount's movies and TVs stuff tend to be better than Netflix. And so that's the reason why I just think Paramount will work it better. And plus, Netflix doesn't have an actual physical studio place. See, Warner Bros. Like a physical studio place. So that's my thoughts about it. Marvel and DC owns is successful to Transformers. No, Paramount would just turn DCU into Meg. Okay, sort of fair point, but what do you see of the RuPaul's Drag Race? That's very not MAGA, and also a lot of stuff and all that, giving 30 movies in theaters. That's really good. And also, um, there are other people within the studio that can do other stuff. Like, uh, I understand the point of that whole MAGA situation, but Netflix is supported with the Democrat side of things too. So like it's the whole Democrat versus Republican situation, and either or people are gonna get mad on either side. So no matter what, both sides are a negative within for the company itself. So one side's Republican, one side's Democrat. One side believes in theatrical release. Other side, the CEO even says that the theatrical release is too much. The window is too big. So they want theatrical movies to be like 2 weeks, you know. And I know they promise that they'll release things in theaters in a good amount of time, but a promise doesn't mean they'll keep that promise every single year. Because all they really did was they promised the current movies are being made that are scheduled to be in theaters and everything to be in theaters. However, afterwards, we don't know. We don't know after the fact. So that's my issue right there. I think Comcast should have bought DC. Yes, but they really seem to have given up. That's the problem. I really wanted Comcast. I really fought for Comcast and all that, but we have to choose between the two, and Paramount and Netflix are the two. And I disagree with both of them wholeheartedly. It's kind of like the oh so curious guy. He is on the side of Netflix, but he's barely on the side of Netflix. He's only a little bit close to the Netflix thing. He hates both sides, but for me, and he even in the chat. He even commented saying that he understands my perspective. So no matter what, it's gonna be a bad situation. Don't trust them seeing what they're doing to the Hulk. We should have. Universal did nothing with the Hulk. That's straight up Marvel. That's Disney. Edward Norton was sort of Universal side, and then also the Bruce Banner. No, the other Hulk movie was full on Universal. So, if anything, Universal was the good side with the Hulk. Disney ruined Hulk. If anything, I would say for Universal, they sort of dropped the ball on the Dark Universe thing, but they moved on from that. So I don't, I'm not mad at them for that. But I think most situations I am on the Universal side because they didn't do any crazy stuff like Disney did. Marvel can't make a Hulk movie unless they permission from Universal. Universal won't give them. But that's a business situation. Like Universal not giving Disney permission to make a movie, that's nothing to do with what Universal is doing with movies. It's a trading situation. They need to get a good offer to be able to trade for Universal thing. The thing is, Disney can make a Hulk movie. They just need permission for Universal. It's like, oh, okay, and then boom. The main reason why there's not a Hulk movie. Hold on. The main reason why there's not a Hulk movie is because Disney doesn't want to pay Universal for the distribution for the movie. I personally think it's Disney that is selfish to not want to pay Universal to be able to distribute the movie. That's the thing. That's my thing. That's why I think Universal is a good thing because their flaws are understandable. Like they see, like, people see their flaws, but Universal kind of moved on from that. Sometimes they even make fun of their mistakes. I hope. Yeah, I hope Supergirl's good too. Yeah, Universal already said the Fast and Furious was their most important franchise. It should be Hulk, but I see your point. Not or just say, yeah, it should be Hulk, but has Disney has an agreement with the Hulk situation, so I don't think Universal can use Hulk as much as you think they can. They can't really use Hulk that much. It's kind of like Spider-Man. The reason why the Spider-Verse um, doesn't have Spider-Man is because Sony had an agreement with Disney to not be able to use Spider-Man in the Venom universe. So that's an issue there. Spider-Man for Sony, they can't use Peter Parker in the Venom universe. So that's the issue. That's that's the problem. And to me, I think if Disney let Universal keep Hulk, let them do whatever they want with Hulk, then Universal would be making a lot of Hulk movies. Disney is kind of stopping Universal from making Hulk movies because they're constantly adding Hulk to their projects. If Disney stopped using Hulk and said like, okay, we don't want to use Hulk anymore. We give you Universal, like we give you permission to use Hulk and do some movies and all that. So if Disney wanted them to do Hulk for for Universal to keep Hulk and all that stuff, that's one thing. So yeah, that's my issue. And hi, that's sorry about the whole rambling thing, but yeah, and of course, I think I see you just popping in. So this stream is gonna be uploaded, so you can watch it later on, and also you can comment on the comment section after it's uploaded. And yeah, this is an interesting situation happening, and I'm kind of excited because I got a new computer, and this computer has a lot better internet, a lot faster upload speed, and all that stuff. And so yeah, but the previous thing I did was I reacted to a Grace Randolph thing, and I watched the teaser trailer, and I tried to avoid the whole copyright stuff by changing the volume over and over. And yeah, and it looks like there's quite a bit of people here now. This is this is going to be an interesting topic overall. James Gunn movie Hulk. I can picture James Gunn doing something similar to the Hulk TV show. Really lighthearted, but really emotional at parts, and have like the military people against him, kind of like what Superman did, sort of. And Hulk and his dad being really close. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah, that really old TV show. It would be similar to that, but obviously there's gonna be more emotion, like emotional parts to it, and I could see that him like really holding on to the whole Hulk versus his dad situation, and showing sort of like what James Gunn did to King Shark. You know, King Shark was like really strong, powerful, but he needs to not get mad all the time and tries to befriend people, sort of, because Hulk is sort of like King Kong, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised if Hulk was inspired by King Kong, because it's like a very similar situation. Because falling in love with a monster versus a woman and all that stuff, that's kind of how it goes. Sort of an interesting way to take stuff, really. So that's how it is. So it would be like a duo personality thing. Yes, sort of. It would be like a duo personality thing, like kind of like sort of the um, Eric Eric Bana thing, like the old Universal Hulk movie. It would be sort of like that, but it's gonna be like um, and I don't think the the that one monster from the first Hulk movie. I don't think they'll use that. I don't think they're gonna do that guy. But I would see, yeah, sort of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. But it's gonna be more like it would be like that. But if the if he really really wanted to, he would probably do uh like a World War Hulk situation, right? He would do something similar to that, but also use Marvel characters that Disney doesn't own or doesn't use that much. You know, I could picture Howard the Duck show up. Like have Howard the Duck do stuff. I can picture Howard the Duck do stuff. Hulk is like a Doc Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and Frankenstein monster combined. Yeah, that's yeah that's a good point. Um, I would want a Planet Hulk thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if James Gunn did like a Hulk thing, they would use Planet Hulk, World War Hulk. Um, they could use Howard the Duck because Howard the Duck in the comics is like really like pretty intense. So they could probably use that, and also it would probably use um, some of the other people. I would say, like, I think Universal also used to own like Namor. Actually, might have been Paramount. I'm not sure, but Namor would have been an interesting um, addition to it. Like Hulk getting mad with like underwater type of situation with Hulk, and then Namor shows up within that kind of situation. That would be kind of cool. If not, yeah, classic Hulk story. That would be good. I think James Gunn would have done a classic Hulk story, but I still personally want. Yeah, so I still personally want Universal to still own Hulk, like straight up completely own Hulk, and not have to talk to Disney about the stuff, because that's kind of my issue. Yeah, that's kind of like my issue on all that situation. And Howard the Duck was really bad. I'll say I'll completely say that Howard the Duck was pretty bad. But if Universal could use other Marvel characters, I'm pretty sure they could have made Howard the Duck more interesting. And Disney also lost the rights for Jessica. No, the Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And then what's kind of cool is the original creators are planning to do a Jessica Rabbit live action movie. I don't know if she's gonna be live action or not, but that's kind of cool. If everything's gonna be live action, I don't know, but yeah. I also want a Insomniac Hulk game. to me, Insomniac's been just doing a lot of things. I think if anything, um, another company could do stuff too. Let's say, I could see a Rockstar Rocksteady no Rockstar um game with Jonah Hex. I think that would be kind of cool. Like, you know, like G- Grand Theft Auto, but Jonah Hex. I can see that too overall. And I know Warner Brothers is Warner Brothers and WB Games, the DC stuff and all that. But WB Games also does a lot of Marvel stuff too. They do all the Lego Marvel games. So I can picture WB Games wanting to do a Hulk game too. I can see that. I can also see some indie developer make some Marvel games. There's a lot of different choices they can do. But yeah, this is this is pretty cool. I'd say this is a pretty good conversation. Yeah, actually, it was Rockstar, right? Rockstar. Yeah, Rockstar. Rockstar was the one I was thinking about with the GTA. But of course, like I don't blame one game for the entire studio because some studios make bad games, and that's not really fair to blame that one game for the entire studio. But I could also say that the company itself kind of made them do that game, you know? So that I don't blame the creators, I blame the company. So yeah, that's my point on that one right there. But yeah, I just really hope Supergirl is really good. And of course, if the Snyder fans still really hate Supergirl, that's their issue. But if I enjoy Supergirl, it's positive for me. Who would play Joker? Yeah, I don't know. I can picture the guy that played Polka Dot Man sort of be Joker. I can picture him. But outside the whole James Gunn casting situation, I'm not sure, but I can picture the guy that played Polka Dot Man. A good point, definitely, but that's too obvious because a lot of people say that. But that's a good choice. But I could picture somebody. What would be really crazy would be the guy from Super, the guy that was also from The Office. Him being the Joker would be a very interesting like concept because that would be outside of his comfort zone. Yeah, yeah, Willem Dafoe, obviously, but like there are like other good choices. But what would be crazy would be the guy from Super, James Gunn Super. Yeah, yeah. Not arguing that. I'm just thinking outside the whole um, casting thing that people like already said before and all that. I'm trying to think outside of that. So like casting that's not already said before. You know, people said Willem Dafoe before and all that. I'm just curious. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, it makes sense for that, but I could I could see others other potential. What would be really cool is like a traditional, really like handsome type of guy that ends up having prosthetics to actually become like a Joker type of thing, because no one expected the Dark Knight Joker, you know, because people made fun of it because the guy was like known to be handsome and like very like cool and all that stuff. So like no one expected Heath Ledger, you know. Like Heath Ledger, yeah, yeah. But like I think if the person plays the character really well, like most people could actually try for him. It just depends on if they're good at the character, you know. Because Heath Ledger is like a big surprise. People really like Ledger as Joker. So like anyone could be anyone regardless really. So yeah. I'll say Doom. Doom was really bad with The Rock at Doom. That was pretty bad. Can't really think of many others that were crazy bad, but yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like get a new person because Heath Ledger was a big surprise, you know, because you wouldn't expect Heath Ledger, you know. That's crazy. But yeah, this stream has been pretty good so far. It's awesome. But yeah, this I through this stream, I really hope because my I think my previous stream I gained like 2 subscribers, so it is interesting how I would gain subscribers through this, which is really cool. And yeah. Oh, like if they wanted like a big name, Jake Gyllenhaal, if they want like a huge, like well known, everyone knows kind of name, I'm not sure, but Jake Gyllenhaal if they want a huge name. Assassin's Creed, yeah, that was bad and all, but I was thinking one of the worst ones, and Doom was pretty bad. I want someone who has good chemistry with David Cornsett. I also just want a proper world finest movie. Yeah, and that's a good point. And I really dislike when people say that, oh, Batman can't be 30 something because, oh, he has a kid and everything. Like um, Damian is, they're like fourth Robin. But like my point was, I kind of, it kind of makes sense if each Robin was only like 2 years difference. So he can be like 30 by having his first Robin when he's 20. So 20 and then 22, 2 years. And then the next one would be 23, 24, 25, 26. So it's three already. 27, 28. However, if you really want to point out something, you could say space out one of them. Um, Grayson, space 1 year. Jason Todd, Jason Todd. So that's 5 years already. And then Tim Drake, Tim Drake. No, Grayson, Todd, Todd, space, Tim Drake, Tim Drake, 27. And then the space, um, space, two spaces because he's finding um, Damien. And then Damien. So 30 and then one. I want Batman, Superman to bounce at each other, not fighting in their first. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them fighting right then and there was kind of weird, and I wouldn't mind a Batman versus Superman movie in cinematic universe if the movie is not the second film. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The movie could be probably like five or six, maybe 5 or 6 film, something like that. And Clayface would make it the third film, and then Batman could be the fourth one, the DCU Batman, and fifth film would be there, but they could like have like a Batman type of thing in the Clayface movie, and have Batman have his own movie. Then they meet up, team up, and then sixth, boom, they fight. Team up, then the next movie they fight. But the fighting isn't killing, so that's the thing too. I also hope Nightwing and DC and Dick Grayson like being buddies with Superman, just like the anime stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to me, them skipping over like the Robin time makes sense because Dick Grayson um, doesn't become popular until he becomes Nightwing. And you could say, oh, Teen Titans, but like sometimes you could say um, that can be Tim Drake, because Tim Drake and Damian Grayson and Tim Drake, they both have the same weapon. They both look very similar, so that could be Tim Drake. But obviously, it could be Nightwing because of the flashbacks and stuff. But yeah, but yeah. So far, this has been a pretty interesting conversation. But yeah, like I said in the beginning of this stream, I kind of started by watching the Supergirl teaser, and this is just a teaser. So um, Jason Momoa showing up could be showing up in the actual full-on trailer. This is only the teaser, so keep that in mind when watching the Superman teaser trailer, because this is only a teaser. So yeah, overall that's my take on it. But yeah, that's how it all goes. How it's there all the time, right there. And I want Nightwing to be lighthearted, not all dark and edgy like the dumb Titan show. Yeah, Nightwing could be like in the middle, sort of. I wouldn't say very lighthearted because, of course, people that are really big fans of Nightwing would kind of get mad a little bit. If anything, the lighthearted one would probably be Tim Drake. And I'm not against gay people, but in the Titan show, changing him into being gay is kind of weird. And also, he changed him into being gay in the comics somewhat. It's not completely official, but yeah, it is a little bit weird of that. But but yeah, Tim Drake would be the really lighthearted one. I think Nightwing would be kind of a little bit lighthearted, but serious at the same time. But Damien would be the dark one. Damien would be the crazy one. But at the end, I think Damien would be lighthearted later on. He wouldn't be dark all the time, you know. So yeah. So what else do you want to talk about? This is an interesting conversation overall. Um, and DC talk. teaser. Okay, so I changed a little bit of the titling, and also I added a description, so that's fine. Kind of like a brotherly duo. Yeah, yeah. He, him Nightwing being a little bit dark is fine, just not too dark. He's somewhat lighthearted, and the dynamic duo movie, that stop motion animated movie that they're doing, that might actually work overall. Dynamic duo might, like, they're still working on it. They're still on that whole dynamic duo situation. So overall, it might be a good situation right there. Snarky offered that, yeah, yeah, that'll be good too. But man, Supergirl would definitely change stuff up, man. I just realized, not really. I just realized. I just thought of it. Um, After Supergirl, like, is she gonna be fully established now? And then her being fully established, like David Zaslav even said that Supergirl is part of the whole Trinity situation, but not the Trinity, because she's added to the thing. Like she's Supergirl, no Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl. Supergirl was actually added to the importance of the DCU, which is pretty crazy, and it makes sense because having four makes sense because you need a pair of each. So the pair would be Superman, Supergirl, not in a relationship or anything like that, but them together because they're family, and then Batman and Wonder Woman because a lot of the times they are together. And that also makes it easier for people to say that, oh, Lois Lane and Superman should be together. That whole thing, because there's always the relationship of there's always the relationship of um, the whole, like, wanting Superman to be with Lois, So that's kind of how it works. Yeah. Oh shit. So yeah, Supergirl looks good. I'm glad that she's the fourth pillar of the DCU because I was really worried it was gonna choose Harley Quinn or something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like her being the fourth part it is interesting because they sort of needed more with the Trinity because Trinity is not a balanced number, and they sort of need to balance out the whole, like, universe out. And having two things that are kind of similar, that would work. And possibly you can also consider Supergirl and Wonder Woman being in the similar thing because Supergirl and Wonder Woman, they're both powerful females, and they both, at least in the comic, Supergirl also uses a sword. So Wonder Woman with her sword, Supergirl with her sword, and then Batman and Superman being similar because they have the whole Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent situation. So them being similar makes sense too. And plus, they are animated in a similar look. They both have like black hair, they're white and stuff like that. So, and then they're like opposites at the same time because one's nice and one's more mean. Kind of like Wonder Woman and Supergirl because Wonder Woman is nice, Supergirl is more the mean one, which makes it a cool thing because Superman is positive, Supergirl is negative, and Wonder Woman's positive, Supergirl is negative. So that's kind of an interesting concept overall. If you really think about it, that's kind of how it works, right? Negative, positive, negative, positive on both sides of the argument, I would say. I haven't really thought about it like that, but if you think about it, it makes sense. So that's kind of how I feel about all this currently. So really think this is a smart way to do it overall, really. Okay. Wonder Woman dating Superman is just weird to me. Yeah, that's why I'd say it's different situation. It could be different storyline on each side. So that's my whole point right there. By the way, I'm just eating some chips. But yeah. But yeah, I'm just kind of that big. And Jack, I'm gonna quick get like a water or something, or get something to drink. So you can take a short little break. Yeah, I'm back. But how's your day going? was asking. But man, that teaser was actually pretty good. I don't really. Actually, I do understand the hate because the Snyder people are against it and all that stuff. But that teaser was pretty good, though. That's just a teaser, and people, these Snyder fans are acting like this is a full-on trailer. So how are y'all? How are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling today? And if y'all are interested in what I was talking about before, you can watch the stream, probably rewind and everything. Just enjoy what I talked about before because yeah, this stream was pretty long stream. We hit like 2 hours. But so y'all can watch what I was talking about. But yeah, it was an interesting conversation, nonetheless. What's the movie franchise that had so much potential but screwed? I'll say Rush Hour. And speaking of Rush Hour, they're still planning on Rush Hour 4, which I'm still going to give that a chance. Hi. I'm just eating some chips. Yeah, it's actually it says Asian style chips. So yeah, those Asian style chips, and I'm eating it and also feeding my dog some chips too. It's just a snack for him. It's not like full on like eating something. Yeah, I like Doritos. I'm just like trying different chips. You know, this is like more of a spicy kind of chip. I like spicy hot pot. Yeah. And like Aaron Fisher, my dog's not hurt, so you don't need to pay me money. And I'm for me, my thing is you can't. I give you a choice to pay, but I'm not forcing you or trying to make you pay or anything. So yeah, that's my take on all that stuff. And I still think it was a little odd that he asked for money when he's a voice actor. And he's not in the voice acting group, so I don't know why he asked for money. Yeah, Score Lantern's good, and I think Sparky, Spark thing, the 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 cat that was like super fast. I think that would be good too, and also the Red Lantern cat. Red Lantern cat would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really catch up on him that much because all his thumbnails and stuff are very clickbait, so I'm just not gonna watch them. Oh, and plus, he hates me, so why watch a person that hates you? You know? Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's talking about him. Yeah. But yeah, this whole stream was pretty fun though. Yeah, me too. I used to really watch his stream, his videos, but now he's just very odd. I'll say. I still sort of watch other people, but most things I just watch it and just like share it because it's like really cringe. But oh, this might be a hot take. I prefer Nightwing with Batgirl rather than Starfire. Kind of a hot take, but it's not really a hot take because um, they pretty much confirm it a few times. But yeah, in Teen Titans Go, like I know some people don't really like Teen Titans Go, but in Teen Titans Go, they did confirm that Nightwing goes with Batgirl. So why does he have to? Yeah, I don't understand that, but like I think he changed it because a lot of people hated that. I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. Yeah, but that was really weird though. That Big Mouth, like, why would he use that? Like, he's making fun of James Gunn liking kids, and then Big Mouth is all about liking kids. You know? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I like both. Like I like the seriousness of the original. I like sort of like the jokes of Teen Titans Go. Like some of the episodes are actually pretty good. If you look up like the top Teen Titans Go episodes, you might like those. Yeah. Animated Batman movie, yeah. And that like some people really didn't like that because of the age difference. It might be the Killing Joke. I'm not sure. Yeah, but yeah, this I just think I can't wait for the movie to come out, and I'm wondering how the score of the movie is gonna be like because man, this it seems like it's gonna be like a really good um, score because the the music for Supergirl is composed by a person that made the Guards the Game of Thrones music. The Game of Thrones music is really good. So the people that made Game of Thrones music is gonna do this, and it's like, man, this is gonna be like high quality. I might even say that this music might actually be better than the Snyder music. Like people really like the Zack Snyder um, movie music, you know, the Hans Zimmer and everything. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it the whole yeah, Hans Zimmer carried the movies. Yeah, definitely, yeah, sure. But man, this is really good. I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, this is Blondie. Never mind. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like Batman and together. I don't either. I prefer Batman, Catwoman. Yeah, and definitely Batman Talia is kind of weird, but sometimes they did end up going more romantic in that situation. Batman and Talia al Ghul. But yeah, Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. At first, like that's a situation, but like I'm pretty sure there's some scenes, some situations where Talia and Batman are actually romantically connected, and not just like weird situation. And I'm gonna do this, and here, right here, is the music. Yeah, this is. Man, that's really good, man. This is really cool. This music is. This music actually might beat Man of Steel. Like at least like some parts of it. Like some parts of Man of Steel score, this actually might get better than that because man, that sounds really good. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Like James Gunn mentioned that, and that was like pretty interesting. And Batista also said that like, oh, I was supposed to, but I'm glad that John Cena got it because said that John Cena created the character pretty much. So yeah, that music is really good. I'm just blown away. Man, this is. I can't wait till the actual show comes out. I'll probably listen to it multiple times. Because X-Men one, I listen to a lot. I like Lex Corp, Luther Corp. You you know that Luther Corp music. Man, that Luther Corp music is really good. Oh, this is a source. Hold on. I'm gonna cut. Paste. There you go. Superman confirms to appear in Supergirl as Mila Alcott reveals her first day on set was opposite David Cornsweet. He said, "Yeah, that day was really hard. It was like 2 degrees." She continues, "He jumped right in the deep end. Yeah, that was very hard. The whole scene was in Kryptonian. The whole scene was, yeah, Kryptonian." Revealed the Kryptonian scene in the new DCU, and fans had bet better prepare big Man of Steel cameo because she doesn't just mean the language. And the Supergirl trailer dropped. The House of the Dragon actor Rose asked press reflect on the Supergirl flick's toughest scene. Oh my god, it was It was with. So look. So here. Oh God, it was with Superman, and I wasn't and I wasn't in the suit, and I was speaking a different language. So here's some confirmation that Superman's gonna show up. To be honest, I never thought I'd be more hyped for a Supergirl movie than the next Spider-Man movie. Yeah, the Supergirl might actually really be good because this is gonna possibly gain some female audience, and man, this is gonna be a way. When it started, it reminded me of Rob Van Dam's theme song. One of yeah, but man, this is a crazy situation right here, man. Yeah, Supergirl. Yeah, this is really crazy. Man, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome, man. I mean, if anyone could do a poster thing, that'd be kind of cool. And it's like if you can do like a phone cover thing, that'd be cool. I can do like a search. Really? Yeah, couldn't agree more. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to one. Okay, I'm gonna go here, and I think I saw. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down. Yeah, I agree, but man, it's So this is a Jason Momoa, but like more like a brighter. Brighter thing. I'm gonna go. Okay. There you go. I'm gonna save the image. Desktop. Save it on the desktop. Okay, I think I can do it as desktop background. Okay, now I can do that, and I'm gonna personalize. Background. I'm just trying to match the lighter color of the thing. Okay. Maybe. Okay, so now I got an actual. Oh yeah, I'm still here. I was just creating a background thing, my wallpaper, computer wallpaper. I'm gonna actually see if I can do this right here. Visual effects. Got this desktop. This is awesome, man. I actually got a good thing. Um, oh, Critical Drinker did a thing too. Sorry about that. I'll just. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about like him doing it like just right now, just recently. I'm gonna go to I think Critical Drinker. Yeah, that was like an easy choice, I think. Let's see. Oh, hi. Welcome back. I'm just chilling. Y'all can ask some questions and whatever, you know. But I'm just seeing what's going on. Okay, there you go. I can save photo now. And this, yeah, there you go. Might be good. Okay, now I can, hold on. Okay, now I can do this, edit, wallpaper, cancel. Okay, you think Mason names could make a good Dick Grayson life? Maybe. Customize. Choose photos. Oh, boom. Okay. Do this. Okay. How many movies do you think the DCU will have? Superman, Supergirl, Clayface. Superman, Supergirl, Clayface. Dynamic duo. Man of Tomorrow. And Supergirl, Clayface. Dynamic duo. Man of Tomorrow. See, maybe Dynamic duo might not be probably five at least, I think. But overall, I just want it to continue for like a good while overall, and I really hope that 10-year plan will be well done overall. I would say. Awesome. Do you think Superman got his butt kicked for too much? Um, not a whole, not really that much because he kind of held back the whole time. It was obvious because when he punched people, he didn't kill them and all that stuff. So a lot of times it obviously shows he held back a lot. So oh yeah, yeah. I was just chilling out. I was just waiting for other people to comment and just like say stuff. And sorry about that. I was mainly doing doing a few stuff, just letting everything do all the stuff, That's so yeah. That's all it was. Sorry about it being quiet. That's just my fault overall, I think. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on overall. Um, so I saved it, and there you go. But yeah, so here's the thing. That's what I kept saying, and yeah, he held back a lot. He wasn't fully healed a lot. The one thing I would say, whenever he was like getting hurt and stuff, he was holding back with the thing was whenever he was fighting the engineer. When he was fighting the engineer, it was really obvious he was holding back because he didn't like full on punch anybody. Sometimes he used engineer to hit Ultraman. Batista, obviously. Batista being Bane. James Gunn likes Batista. Him being Bane would be pretty good. And I wouldn't mind if he Bane joked around a little bit. Because Bane jokes around good amount of times, I would say. If Batista being Bane would be really, really cool. Really good, I think. It doesn't just actually has tactics and fights. How he got the yeah. He planned all that stuff and he was like really smart about it. That was very good. But overall, this is pretty crazy. So what's going on with y'all overall? And I know the long pause of not saying anything would kind of be bad, but I think this just being a chill kind of stream, everything would be okay. It's gonna be pretty fun, and I kind of like the fact that I did this. This might be my background for a few streams for a while because man, but man, this has been pretty fun overall. But yeah, I think once it hits the 3 hour mark, I might stop streaming. You think the Superman can beat the DCU Superman in a fight? I'm talking about when he was in his Man of Steel face. Actually, I think so because when he blew out of the black hole, I think that breathing was like very, very strong. His laser beams might actually be great. My problem is David Cordsweat is person that would help hold back a lot versus the Man of Steel Superman. He killed a lot of people, so I think sadly I think Man of Steel would win because David Cornsweet doesn't want to kill, especially if it was the same thing. If both of them were Kryptonian and all that stuff, and there's barely any Kryptonians in the world. I think Man of Steel would win, but the reason why is because Man of Steel doesn't really care about life that much compared to. So that's why I think Man of Steel they won't. He doesn't really care. So he'll just not kill, and then Cowboys just gonna kill. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah. Oh, Chris, you joined. Chris, you can after the stream becomes uploaded, you can watch it from the beginning and catch up from there because the stream was pretty fun. At least from the beginning to like middle and sort of. So overall, it's pretty fun. There's like a quiet moment that no one's talking, but obviously that could be a moment where you can like use the restroom or eat something. So I think it would be a perfect moment to just chill out whenever it's like quiet. Yeah, yeah. Man Steel was just he was just showing off a lot, all that stuff. But yeah, overall, the stream was pretty good. And again, Chris, you can watch the stream from back, and also whenever it's quiet, you can just take a break, or like you use the restroom, like grab something to eat or something. There's like a quiet moment that like no one's really saying anything, so that's that's like a good moment to just relax, you know. New Lois is way better. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, like, and plus in interviews and stuff and like promotional stuff, she's like all happy and like promoting it and like really, really into it. Versus like, and plus that whole funny moment where she just kept kissing David Cornsweet even after they said cut. And my perspective is just she's really into the character a lot, you know, and she was like joking around. But her husband became like really jealous. Yeah, and my hold on. My other issue of the Amy Adams one is she figured out who Superman was, the Clark Kent thing. She figured it out way too quick because she figured it out in Man of Steel versus like it. If anything, he could they could figure it out like later on because in Man of Steel he didn't work in Daily Planet at the time, so her figuring out even before he became like a reporter, that's kind of dumb, you know. Amy Adams already figuring it out way too early. That's my issue right there. Like Amy Adams shouldn't have figured it out that fast at all. Amy Adams figuring out that quick makes Superman seem like a dumb person. Like that's really dumb, I think. But yeah, Chris, you saw the background. Yeah, the stream I think is almost over. I'm gonna end it to like the 3 hour mark, so it's gonna be a 3 hour stream. It's a pretty long stream, but you can like take your time watching it and stuff, and it's gonna be just like a stream where you can just hang out. And I did click on like most of the things, and I'm just gonna click on some more of the. I think Superman could beat DCU Zod. It- yeah, yeah, I believe so too. And I really wonder if they're gonna touch on Zod in the DCU. Zod in DCU would be pretty interesting. That's my thing. Yeah, that's fine. And also, the stream's gonna be uploaded, so you can watch it anytime, and it's gonna be a 3 hour stream. So it's gonna be a time to just chill, watch the stream, comment. You can comment. The comment section is gonna be open, obviously, so you can comment after the stream and all that stuff. Show more personal and the behind the scenes stuff on Man of Steel. Yeah, yeah. Man of Steel behind the scenes was like way more like thing. How do you feel about Cal's parents being evil? Um, I'm personally fine with that because it makes it interesting how Supergirl, like, if Supergirl knew about it and if Supergirl just kept it a secret from Superman, and if it was like a thing where Superman's like positive, like super positive, and like Supergirl's like keeps this a secret because Superman's positive and all that stuff. It makes it, yeah. Like this one said, Chris said, Superman's parents weren't evil. They just wanted the best for the planet. It's like if we went to a different planet, we would be like selfish and like believe we are better, so we become stronger. Is like it's like when people, for instance, if there's a little kid with the magnifying glass killing ants, they don't see themselves as evil. They see themselves as they're having fun. And I know that's not a good analogy, but this is another instance right here, right? Tarzan becomes the king of the jungle, right? And Tarzan takes over a lot of stuff, but wants the better in the whole place and does like they're not bad. I personally, his parents, it shows that Superman becomes simply the right thing, not because other. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The parents not telling him what to do and all that stuff. That's really good. We seen the wrong type message by his parents on Smallville. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In Smallville, the parents were pretty bad too, in my perspective, in people's perspective, in Earth's perspective. People taking over is bad. So that's how it works overall. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the adoptive parents made him good. So it's a positive thing overall, and it's really interesting how everything that like that works out. But um, yeah, this was a pretty long stream. It's about over, but I didn't want to show it, show this kind of thing um, while the stream's going, but I'm just gonna show this kind of thing for towards the end of the stream. And this is not gonna, to be clear, this is not really building up to my channel, but it's just greatly appreciated. This is just formalities, not really formality. It's just being nice, you know. It's not like I don't want to scam anybody. So this donation is purely just being nice. I'm not gonna use this to like boost up my channel or anything, but this is just gonna be motivation of actually doing good. And doing a fan liking thing, you know, supportive. But that's about it for that. This is just purely just giving money. That's all it is. I'm not scamming or anything. This is just that. I'm not, yeah. This is not a GoFundMe or anything. This is not building up to something. This is just tip, you know. That's all it is. As Lois and Clark, same. Yeah. Yeah. So just putting this out there for towards the end of the stream. This is a donation thing. You don't need to. This is just option towards the end of the stream. I'm just saying that. That's it. So as you stop pretending that this movie is MCU comedy, honestly, there is not that much comedy in the movie. It's kind of serious. It's just not dark. Yeah, agree. And from here, I'll just say this is the end of the stream. I just subject that's just the way the haters use. Yeah, this is the end of the stream. I'm just I'll say goodbye. And again, all this the QR code thing and the scrolling words on the bottom is just asking. Have a good one and your choice of anything and bye bye.